Sales people tend to always seem to find a way to call me when I'm at a sharp point in my thought process. That's where I'm at, though. I can't give up my time to them too much, man, because right now all you need is lump sum monies, and we need the lands, and we can't do it small time. We would have to be, you got to be a baller on some Tyler Perry shit. You got to be able to say you a billionaire or some shit. Really, if you ballin', you can really put a dent in this. Every state, there's land for sale, and I mean large areas. You start buying a large section and ownership. You own the lands. We can do this overnight. I don't know why we waiting for it to still be a part of his system. And we have everyone. You will recruit everyone from each go down the top list of economics that you would need in a civilized nation, and you just start building. Like, I still haven't Googled how many acres Denver, Colorado covers, stuff like that. How many acres is, and start modeling your own buying. So you start buying up land. You start buying up land and start developing, and then you start determining how large you need the city, the jurisdiction. Now that you got that jurisdiction, you can create your policing agencies of those counties. All you need is the money. I got the blueprint. This is already mine. This is just coming from, this is common. After so long of thinking, you're like, damn, bro, this could be over right now. But we don't have nobody really stepping up to the plate. I got the ideas, but not the money. Motherfuckers out here got the money with no ideas, and that's the problem. You got people out here that's educated too, but are not thinking outside of working for who. They so educated that they don't know how to create their own setup. They still got to use the lead from the guy that, based on his history, stole everything he had to be able to offer you something back. They gonna call it giving you a job based on his history. They gonna tell you they giving you a job, which they are. But you gotta remember why. Not the damn dog trying to get up under the damn car, but I lowered it down too low. They thinking she thinking she could get up under that car. I didn't lower it all the way to the floor. Usually I keep it parked all the way high, but I lowered that other one out there all the way to the floor. It's starting to rain, so she's trying to get cover up under the damn car. Damn dogs, up under the damn car, because she want to come in here with me, but we ain't doing that doggy daycare shit right now. Especially not with no wet dog, that smell and shit. Dog out there looking at me crazy, like trying to figure out what the fuck who I'm in here talking to. Not realizing I'm just recording footage. So yeah, we could do this ourselves. She tripping. She literally got up under that damn car, squeeze her fat ass up under the damn car, get up out the rain. Rather than going around it, she at home. Rather than going around back into your yard, back into her shit. You see. But yeah, this thing ain't tricky, man. They not gonna give us our land back, so we need the high rollers, the Sanders type guys at that caliber. You multi-millions. You kissing their ass so good, they paying you good because they owe it to you. They owe more to any of y'all the niggas that they pay. That's the facts of the matter. You still up under his nuts. He's still he's still over 90% shares of every goddamn. At the large level, at the top level. And then you start talking Bilderbergs and all that other shit, Rothschilds and all them motherfuckers. That's a whole different deal. They gonna tell you it's about their bloodline. Meanwhile, you should be talking the same damn way. But the only way we gonna be able to do it, we can't do it how we're doing it now. We have to literally collectivize. We got to get back into our groups. We have to get back into groups. And then, based on what I'm seeing, we need land. And these people gonna hold tight on giving us capital for it. But whatever capital they give us, we got to utilize it for buying more land. Large. Now, see, I got like small, little 5 acres. You know, you might have 5 acres, 20 acres, 10 acres, 15, in that ballpark. You know, in that ballpark. So, we need the big rollers. I'm small time. Very much small time. But these guys talk about money. But they not talking about buying the land so they can build the cities. Motherfuckers be forgetting what you can do with the land. They thinking like they thinking like we got to stay in their cities. Why can't we go buy land and restart it again? Get up out their city, because we'll have a better option where it's going to be way more peace for the peaceful people. You're going to already have we have people in every industry. You hire, since you got the money, you hire the security or in the policing or in the sheriffs. You create the system. So you say, how are they going to get money? What they need money for if all the homes is about to get built and the high rollers is paying for them. If you want to build your own house is one thing, but that's the other game. We funding, the funds is there for the community. It's for the cities, to build the cities up. And then you're going to always have high rollers come in that want to invest. Yeah, you're going to have people want to come in and invest. Say, this is what I want to do downtown and this downtown. And then you start building your community again like we once did. You got all the builders, got all the people we need. And if not, we can coexist with people like the Mexicans. They cool people, the right ones. But that's the same like the right white folks. But let's keep it tribal for now, because pale-faced people kind of like got the whole world kind of tricked right now. So we don't really want to. Dealing with them is very sketch. They're always on the receiving end when generally you're paying for them. So you're going to their dealership and getting a car, you're buying jewelry from them, or they giving you a job, or they usually it's up to them basically. What I'm trying to say, whoever you going to him, he ain't coming to you. It's very rare they coming to you for some shit. That's the catch. And so we need a place where we go into our own in a communal fashion. Everyone got a home. How much each home gonna cost to build? Maybe 200, 300,000 for each home to be built. Yeah, maybe 200, 300,000 for each home to be built. And then you start doing demographics in each state. So they say y'all have so small of population. We start seeing where your people at the need, that are in the most need. The mothers come first. The mothers and the women come first in these communities, because that's the core. So if you have a woman that's settled and in her right mind, I said in her right mind more so, you're just gonna have a better outcome for the whole for the people and everything. So all this would have to be done in an organized fashion. I don't know how many this ain't gonna happen. I'm saying the land acquisitions can happen like that. Now that you got the land, you can start making the blueprints of the cities. So let's say you got 100,000 acres. Well, I got it, man. I wish I could do this with the phone at the same time. I was gonna see how many acres is like Detroit, Michigan. How many acres? I see what's the size of these cities, so I can see what is needed. Now you go buy the land and model it. The blueprint already laid out all across America, and that shit was already ours anyway. We just gonna come back into that after they gone, but we can no longer wait for them to leave. We must separate while we can, and rebuild our communities. Leave them dry. Everything would turn upside down once we're in our own communities. And this time, our own communities where we're protected, where we're safe, where we don't have to feel like they coming in after us. I mean, it's, you know, I mean, that's the whole point. If our people, we can't have our people that are under their contracts any longer. The contracts are going to have to be void before you could come into our community. You can't still be working for him. You can't still be in the military with him. You know what I mean? You can't still be on the, I mean, how hard is it to do all those things you did for him, for your damn self, in your damn community? And that's the goal, is to get into a sustainable system where you're self-sufficient around people that look like you, so you're not, the stress is gone. We're trying to get rid of it. Health gonna turn around. Health gonna turn right around. Some people might be coming in there already sick, but the health is gonna turn right around because we're gonna have the right people in there being able to deal with health. Of course, we're gonna have to have hospitals. Of course, we're gonna, you know what I mean? Of course, we build in cities. We build the things that we need so that our people can generationally go forward. What the dogs doing out there? What you doing out there? Being a dog? Huh? Get down, boy. Dog's not supposed to be up there. Get down off of there. Dogs supposed to be outside. Dogs not supposed to be in no car. So that's what we got to do. We got to do these things where the motherfucker gonna tell you I'm gonna stack my bread up for a year up under his nuts and then be able to come back into the game and reinvest that money. Right. If the strategy work where you can stack that bread up for that whole amount of time, then you got a good strategy. But if you still got a lot of bills, you still got a lot of overhead you got to pay down and shit, it might be a trap. You might want to just start new. I'm going to try to leverage. I just got to leverage from what I got right now. And then these white boys want to hire me right now, but my spirit ain't really working for no pale face, man. My spirit is not working for them. Their money will help me get to help, but I mean, this thing ain't about my money. This thing is about the collective money from the so-called high rollers. I gotta get in where I fit in. Yeah, I gotta get in where I fit in. I'm all for the blueprint and sitting down and talking with the guys that know they got the capital, but just don't have the mind state. People gonna say, where your money at, man? Put your money up. It ain't always about the money. It's also about the mind. That's as we see right now in present times, these motherfuckers got the money. But I still don't see no community where we can drive to right now and call it. And I'm not even saying community. I mean, like, we gotta recreate cities, man. All this land available here, we just have to start buying land in odd spots and start making cities again. But you need the billionaires and the high rollers to catapult this. Without a debt system, without an immoral system, people gonna be coming in with multiple beliefs on religion. It's a city. But what I'm trying to say is, you're not trying to do no cult, but it is a city, and only certain people are allowed in these cities. You will have to show your ID. Anybody can come to the cities. Facts. What am I talking about? Anybody can come to the cities. Anybody can't reside in those cities, though. We're going to regulate who can stay there, just like they do right now. Just like they do right now. Same way. They regulate areas of towns. We have to do it. And then people, in every state, you have somewhere you want to go. This ain't just like, this is every state. There's high rollers. Every state, there's land for sale. Large lump sums of it at one time that you got, if you got the right money, all across America. Why can't this happen? You got to buy you're buying freedom back is unfortunate. But look who you dealing with. He He at war right now, trying to take somebody's shit right now. Right? So we got to buy the land back. Like I said, that's just unfortunate, but based on who we dealing with, it's unfortunate we even dealing with this shit all together. But based on who we dealing with, we know it was already going to be an unfortunate outcome. He's shown you he's shown you who the beast is. You don't got to ask. He done shown you who the beast is. You ain't even got to ask. And the story we done all seen as a lie of history. We gotta figure other things out. Just like that so-called guy getting into the so-called White House. If a motherfucker could believe that. Yeah, if a motherfucker could believe that. I can't get no coconut oil through the goddamn airport, through TSA, but a nigga can get into the goddamn White House with a firearm. I gotta hear more of this story. They so full of shit, man. This shit's over. And we're waiting for another system. Why we just create another system? We got the money. Too many stubborn ass niggas want to still stay involved in this shit. It's the kind of psychology that just make you like, damn, you still ain't awoken, bro? This is like clear thought for somebody with a clear vision. Like the goal should be community. If communal don't ever come out your mouth when you talking about how much money you about to obtain, I'm gonna get back from your ass. More money mean more land. In abundance, you buying large lump sums. You buying large lump sums of land. I get the point of stacking. Or saying you a millionaire or you're a billionaire. Now go buy the land. Most valuable asset on the planet. Of course, it matters where the land is, but I'm saying it's the most valuable. Like my city, Denver, Colorado, bro. This is like this is where the city is. Don't mean there's not other hot spots. Because a lot of this land is open. Vast land. You drive across the country, see how much. And then you ask you, why do we have such a big city? We gotta have a lot of mini. We gotta have a lot of mini cities. And with towns and shit they got for sale right now, and niggas ain't buying the towns and shit up. I'm talking about niggas that got the money. I'll tell you right now, I don't have the money. I have assets, and I haven't cashed none out yet. I've lost some assets too, but that's it. I don't have no money. Having money is stingy. Why are you saving that money for? That money should be invested if you got money. You saving for it. They got you tricked in the mind where you going to save your money till later. I get it in when those compounding interest accounts, that makes sense. But most motherfuckers shit ain't compounding. It's just sitting there. Motherfucker be sitting on 300,000 and shit. And just to have 300,000 type shit, like to be able to move with. But once that money's gone, like after you move with it, you're gonna start sounding like Dame Dash, like I don't have no money. Because now you investing that money in the large lump sums. And that's what we supposed to be able to do. Get this land. That's all we need is land. Now you can create your own shit. What better? You ain't got to ask for no validation. You buy the land and you own it. Large lumps of it, not just for your family. We're talking about these people own cities. They own cities, and it ain't just for their family. They might name it some shit. Like, you should have the rights to the name. Like, you came in and named it Denver type shit. Or you start asking where the names come from. But if you are the creator of these towns, these cities and shit that are going to be going across every state right now in the U.S., with this blueprint, there ain't nothing going to stop us. But if we keep staying up under the, we waiting for this system to collapse, which is so goddamn backwards. Just so goddamn backwards. Why are we waiting for this shit to collapse? The niggas with the bread just need to be told what I'm telling, the blueprint. Because they obviously don't know what to do with their money, bro. I'm tired of hearing about niggas with money. All right, they got this, they got that. Yeah, everybody got money. Everybody don't got no brain, though. Everybody don't got no tribal thought process. And I say tribal because you got to be getting it from the ancestors to start thinking as big as we talking about cities. I'm talking cities and towns. I ain't talking just. And they gonna tell you what street he got it in one of their cities. One of they controlled cities. It's not to say that I'm not gonna say it's theirs either, because it ain't theirs. They control it. They got their police there. They got their fire departments there. You know, we look how this thing work. We could do the same thing. What's stopping us? Well, I say slavery been over, but the mind state is generational, and it ain't really been dealt with. Some people's mind is still caught up in that slave trick. You know what I'm saying? And that's the part of the gimmick. That's part of the gimmick. You know, so pretty much ain't got nothing to say. It's common sense. We just need all the real cats to stand up. And we just gonna have to create the podcast where we start talking about this shit that's linked to your own damn web domain where they can't, where you ain't on YouTube. Fuck YouTube. We need to just start pulling the plug from YouTube. Create our own websites. And the streaming should go directly to us, directly to our website. I ain't saying not advertise on IG and all them ones. Even advertise on YouTube, but other than that, you don't need YouTube. Y'all niggas is under them nuts, under they nuts like y'all need they checks. You know? Forgetting y'all over here teaching us, y'all teaching the people to be self-reliant and y'all still have not built a community. So that's why I say I know y'all something got to be wrong with y'all mind. Y'all straight hustlers, man. Y'all who YouTube hustlers. Y'all must have came out of YouTube facility, because you mean to tell me Dr. Sabi had the village going. He had the village going out there in that part of Honduras, right? When he was amongst the living, so-called, when they, right? He did it. Brother Yaki got it. It's only the ones few of the ones that actually got the, and then you got one brother say he got a farm or whatever. But I say, at collective, everybody else is just talking points, like the Sarnetta type shit. Like Sarnetta and all that, I don't know how much they make. They might not make that much. That's what I'm trying to say. They may need YouTube. That's the whole point. They actually may need YouTube. YouTube, I wouldn't doubt the white boy pay him good. Because the white boy, remember, if he paying you good, imagine how much he keeping. Common sense tell you he's still gonna make sure he eat. He always has. That's the catch. So at what point in time do we say, fuck this shit, we gonna create one? We create our own cities, buy our own town, make our own rules. Every state across America, we would start to make America great again. It's the only way you're gonna make America great again, man. It has to come with the foundational brothers and sisters of the land. It has to come with the brothers and sisters original to those lands that we can trace, that we know he is through their lineage. Not making up no story of saying who I am, who you are, but based on the facts. You were never no immigrant. Your people always been here. People always been here. You can't even tie a trace to Africa. Not shooting down Africa, but that's just a whole different geographical location that I'm not from. That's it. There's people from there, not me. There's people from Asia, not me. There's people from Mexico, not me. I'm from North America, and us so-called misclassified African Americans need to be able to just straight up say that. And when you can just straight up say that, you automatically entitled to knowing that you from the lands. You are the Indians that they spoke of. It's not the image they gave, but when you speak of Indians, you're not part of the Bering Strait story. The Bering Strait, where these so-called Asiatic brothers and sisters, and I'm not knocking them, but they came across the Bering Strait here, and that's the look that you get for when they call them Indians in America. That's the look they're gonna give you. That ain't the look that's respect that respects the actual people, which are the African Americans, misclassified, and it's gonna stir up debate because people have been taught by the pale face, so they believe what their teacher was teaching them. So it's gonna ruffle a lot of feathers, because when you thought you was already being told the truth, you was being lied to. School K through 12 was lies when it comes to history. They'll not even paint the picture right of Hitler. They won't even paint the picture right of Hitler. You can look into it yourself. But you had Stalin, who was way worse than Hitler. But we really it was never referred to us, so most people don't know about Stalin. Or Leopold, and he still has a gun out in his name. But you're not taught of who Leopold is in school, so you think Hitler is the worst that he could have got, and I realized Hitler was very nice in comparison to somebody like Leopold. Pretty much you would call Hitler nice, you know. So we just gotta figure this shit out, man. Where I just don't get the psychology. I do get the psychology. How the educated people still even fall into this shit. Like, man, you got scientists, we got astrophysicists, we have PhDs, we have lawyers, we have nurses, we have midwives, we have engineers, we have concrete workers, we have construction, we have plumbing, we have electric, automotive techs, you have aviation specialists, you have experts that deal with nature, landscapers, what do you call it, the so-called botanists. They want to study plants. We have growers. We have farmers. We're some of the original farmers on this planet. Definitely in this region of the world. So, I don't know. I mean, I of course have not said all the industries. We have people in every industry. So we have a fully functional. You have law enforcement. You have firefighters. You have ex-military personnel. You have security personnel. You have, inventors. We have everything that's needed. It's a matter of once we say we don't need him no more. And that's the hardest part with these people, because these are smart individuals, but they ain't smart enough to separate from the goddamn beast that pays them. Because the money good. Not realizing if he can pay you this, how come you can't pay yourself this? This is fully applicable to Hollywood. sports, NBA, baseball, all the sports where he got control of them. He didn't figure out a way to monetize off your ass for generations. He didn't just start this shit. So he's been hustling off your genetics for all these years. And he got more than enough money to pay you, because pretty much remember how it started. Remember the history of America, how it worked. So we got to bring you back up to date. And we always overlook the part of the origin. People say it's too far back. All right, with that too far back shit, you gonna say your oldest child don't matter, I got a new one type shit. Like, nigga, you started with this one 20 years ago. So that wouldn't even make no sense. It's still your child, is still on record, came in a sequential way, which predate where you at now, which history do matter. Because you'll be able to tell me reference points of this child's, got all this smoke out here now. It's all this shit they do, man. Not just some of it. It's just chemical after chemical with these motherfuckers, man. Make you sick, man. It really make you sick, literally, and just the idea of it. And just the mind state of who you're dealing with. So you pretty much get the point. I don't need to be no dead horse. We got people in every industry. These communities would be so nice. Stress-free. Now you ain't got to go in there bending over backwards for no pale face, or else he may take this, he may take that, he may take your house, he may take your car, he may take your kids. Fucking with this motherfucker. Oh, man. So we just need our own cities. Build our own cities. Fuck it. People don't want to come in them. It's better they don't come in. It's better they don't come in, because based on history, every time they come in, they there to take something of yours anyway. I ain't say they can't change, but just let them live in their own fucking life, where they living amongst themselves like they already do. The whole nation is theirs based on land mass. If you ever drive the country, you gonna see they got shit everywhere across the goddamn land. Whereas you is in these little pockets and shit, These bitch ass motherfuckers is across the lands. So there's a lot of pockets where they not. But my point is, there's gonna be more of them hidden in them pockets than us. From my travels, I need to travel more. And got to secure some funding here so that I can actually travel here coming soon. Real talk. Fuck work, man. I just need money coming in, and I need to be able to live in a community where we all are thinking like-minded, or just a trustworthy community where you're not worried about. Because in the Caucasian system, a motherfucker worried about shit too much, man. And when your money still do finally come in, you still are obligated to do more bullshit than what you spiritually feel, at least for me, what I spiritually feel I should be doing. And my spirit overrides this pale-face system, man. Because it simply is about getting more money, well, then get more money, my nigga. I ain't gonna tell nobody not to get more money. But everything's contextual. Everything's contextual. And I didn't work for him long enough in my life to know that you ain't never had him sign your contract unless you in business. You ain't never had him sign your contract. So I've been in a position where his pale face had to cut checks. Even after having to go find the motherfucker. Because we had a motherfucker hide out on us that owed us to our business. So nigga had to do a record search on his bitch ass. Pull pictures up of his house and everything. So it went right there. Dummy wasn't even smart enough to have shit in business names. It was still in his name, his house. I ain't gonna have shit in my name. Hell no. There's no benefit trying to, and the pale face can tell you that. So that's pretty much all my gathered thoughts right now. It's pretty repetitive because this shit's the same. We just need to grow balls and tits for the women and really be the like our apparatus. You say you got big balls, you say you got a big dick, act like it. Stop working for somebody that is less than you based on him forcing himself on you and your people and your land and your belongings and not giving them back. He ain't gonna give it back. He a bitch. He wants you to work for it to get it back. And he gonna tell you to work hard. All you gotta do is work hard for it. Bitch ass motherfucker, fuck working hard. That idea is wrong. What animals gonna go the hard way versus the easy way? I've been down nature paths. The nature paths, I call them, like out here in Colorado, we got the mountains. So you can see where the animals' trails are. They don't go straight up the fucking incline. They go gradually, casually, sideways. In a dangerous situation, they'll run up the side of that shit. But on a casual day-to-day basis, their grid ways are easy. They're not working harder one day than the other. Oh, you put in more work, you'll be able to... What? More work? To who am I putting this more work into? So he's harvesting more of my energy. If I'm working harder, he's harvesting more of my energy. Fuck no. So he's gaining off of the energy because this is all based on energy. He's gaining off of the energy through this fucking contract that I signed into by being his goddamn employee. This don't make sense when you're starting to think like this. So I said, fuck this shit, man. The key, what we need is our own shit where we ain't stressed about being up under somebody nuts or we're going to lose something. Everybody's entitled to housing. You are entitled to housing in these cities that I'm talking about, period. And income going to be generated the same way income's generated in this bogus-ass system. You'll have the farmer that sells you the produce. Or you can trade if you have something. It could be a barter. I prefer it to be barter and trade. Yeah, I'd say let's do away with the monetary system. Only time we would need monetary monies is for to deal with his system. But eventually we'll be building our own planes, manufacturing our own everything. We don't need him. We're in every industry. We are in every industry. CEOs are in every industry that look like us. Don't mean if they of us, but if they of us, we got experienced people in every industry, so we can make our own airplanes while we're waiting on them. We got a brother making fucking fuel from plastic right now that didn't go to college. Meanwhile, you got college grads working at Starbucks right now. I'd rather deal with the real life. Fuck a degree in this system. Unless that degree is showing and proven to be helping. All right, I'm done talking for now.